Joining us now, ClimateDepot.com executive editor Mark Morano. Mark, great to have you on. I've been reading your site for years. Great to talk to you at last.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So this question, we've talked a lot about the need for generation of power from reliable sources, but there's also a challenge here in terms of transmission, getting that energy from where it's produced to where it needs to go.
Yes, and what's happened over the last, say, 20 years, minus Trump's one term, is all, at least on the federal level, all of this investment has gone into renewables, solar, wind, net zero, entry. So we took our eye off the ball about getting this energy to the grid, getting it transmitted, getting it to the customer over this, basically since, President Obama was elected, and then Donald Trump tried to undo it, and then they undid what Donald Trump did until now. And so what's happened is you have a situation now with demand from AI going up, and you have finally the chickens coming home to roost because solar, wind, they got their eyes off the ball, and now you have a situation where the grid is being taxed severely because of the AI power demands up to there's huge demand on that. And so what happens is you have Microsoft, you have Facebook looking into nuclear power to run some of these AI databases, and you have all of this happening at the same time that we have record oil and gas prices coming down. But it's a big confluence of events. I think in the next 6 months to a year, this is going to start improving as we get our eyes and focus as the Trump administration redirects this, and we start getting states to redirect it.
Right. But if we don't do something about it, we will lose the AI race because globally, coal, it's like coal capacity, electricity capacity is growing at more than 4 times the rate than nuclear. So it's like 4x plus. But I want to move on because, again, if we have a blackout, the climate activists are going to blame a pullback on renewables. And the climate activists are using 20 years since Hurricane Katrina to push an agenda, say, to roll back and say climate change caused it.
Yes, and this has been going on for decades. Every weather event is now, climate attribution. The bottom line is even the United Nations admits hurricanes are not increasing. Hurricane strikes are not increasing. Landfalling hurricanes are not increasing. And the idea that where this was in all these articles are all about, the costs of these disasters. The costs are going up, but not when you adjust for inflation. They're actually declined. There's actually been research on that by people like extreme weather expert Dr. Roger Pilkey Jr. And what they're trying to do now is blame every bad weather event on climate and turn this into a moment of activism and proof of climate change. And this is, we have the point now where there's online real estate now is listing houses that are never been flooded in flood zones. So insurance is now capitalizing on this as well to raise rates. This idea that, the weather's getting worse, hurricanes are worse, all extreme weather, none of it adds up. And of course, the climate activists are going to use this as an example. Katrina, right after Katrina, we had 13 years of no major landfalling or hurricanes, the longest such period since 1900. And even with recent hurricanes, there's no upward trend.
You worry about important lessons being ignored. I mean, I remember at the time people talking about how infrastructure needed to be built. Levees weren't built enough by people in Louisiana. You had people blaming the Bush administration for poor emergency preparedness and response, obviously, famously. But if the left is saying, no, it's all climate's fault, does this mean in hindsight, Brownie actually did do a heck of a job?
You have 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. No, this was not climate change, and I think people realize that.
Mark Morano, you're the best. Thank you so much.